every brother that's caught in the crossfire. That's caught in the crossfire.
Without mercy.
How's it going, guys? Alninio here, and today we're going to be talking about Katarina's runes for the rework, what's best for her, what's, what's bad for her, what's good for her, all that. So we're going to get deep into that and tell you guys why I go for the certain runes I go for. And yeah, let's begin. Let's get started. So I've played Katarina a few games, actually more than a few games. So I got a little bit the hang of the runes and like how aggressive her early game is, how aggressive she is late game, what's her damage, but there's still a lot for me to learn mechanically. But overall, I understand the concept of ass kicking with this champion. So we're gonna go over default runes. Right, this is a rune page if you don't have enough IP to buy another rune page, or you only got 2 rune pages, you use only 1 rune page for all AP champions. This is your typical standard default very good rune page, and it works really well. It kicks ass. So you go magic resist glyphs, health per level seals, AP quints, and magic penetration marks. Super standard, nothing too fancy. DMR helps you survive in the early game from poke damage, health per level seals, helps you scale, AP for damage, and magic pen because you're Katarina and you need magic pen. So that's super standard for you to use on Kat. Now, if you have more room for rune pages, you can go even more. I use 3 rune pages for Kat. I use Instablade versus AD, versus AP and AD, and I have this. Health MR. If I feel like I go for this a lot less now because I really like the early aggression on Katarina more than the MR. So it really does make a difference. You have a huge power at a spike at level 2. You can get first blood. So let's go over this rune page first. Versus AP. So basically full AP glyphs, full AP quints, health per level seals, magic pen marks. Obviously you don't need armor seals against AP champions. You don't necessarily need to go flat HP seals. You could if you want, but I prefer the scaling because you're Kat. I mean, late game, you scale. And also I tend to buy Ryla's Crystal Scepter a lot more often now with the new Katarina because it's a fantastic item. So that's why I'd go scaling health. It's a great seal. It works, it's fantastic. So that's it for versus AP, just standard full AP. No MR, no nothing, just full AP, magic pen. Now a lot of people might be asking, oh, Alninio, actually you should go AD marks, because a lot of people are building, the rune pages putting in AD because she has AD scaling, for her basic attacks or whatever. Katarina still does magic damage in all her abilities, but the attack damage will only help you with basic attacks. It does not increase your damage, like it doesn't amplify your full out damage late game. I think the AD marks are only good early stages of the game, and magic pen I feel is a lot better in my opinion. Like, I think people are trying to make AD Cat work. Like, I mean it's okay, but there are different ways to play Kat, and this is my way of playing her. It's just to build a full AP. Luden, Rylai, Zonya, these items. I don't go Gunblade or anything like that, so that's how I do it. Instablade versus AD is your second rune page, and that's, again, same thing. Full AP, glyphs, quints. Instead I go armor seals because you don't want to get shredded early. That's no fun. So you could go armor seals. Hell, if you're not too worried about being shredded, you can go flat HP seals or flat HP per level seals. Sorry, not flat HP per level, just HP per level. So it's completely up to you. Again, magic pen marks, same thing. Exactly the same, just instead of HP per level, I go armor. And I think that's very good early because it's no fun being shredded. I hate that. So I go armor seals. So that's it for rune pages. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, and it works. It's good. These 2 rune pages are basically aggressive early games because Katarina's a lot more aggressive in laning phase in this rework. She really goes in, gets shit done, does the spin, gets the Sinister Steel down. I mean, she's just all over the place, right? She's super aggressive. So you want that early flat stats. Flat stats mean more early, and you definitely want to get scaling HP so you're actually very strong and healthy late game. With Rylai, on top of the Rylai HP, that really keeps your health up as well. And Rylai is a very appreciated item in this rework, and we're gonna get to her items right now. Actually, we'll begin with Masteries first. Now we're going to talk about Katarina's Masteries. We go for, obviously, 2.0 increase the AP. There's nothing that needs to be said here. It's pretty self-explanatory. I go for Fresh Blood because basic attacking early is actually very good. I don't care about the sustain, I'm aggressive, and I don't care about this either. So I just go for Fresh Blood, go in, try to get an auto attack off, you know, do the Sinister Steel, have an aggressive early. She's very aggressive in laning phase, so you definitely want to go Fresh Blood. Obviously you go for this, not for Lifesteal and Spell Vamp, you don't care about that. Here, you can go what you really think, is best for you. All these work really well, except I think Double-Edged Sword is the way to go because you deal 5% additional damage the moment you enter a fight. This one, you actually gain up to 5% increased damage over 5 seconds. So 1 second, 1%, 2 seconds, 2% when you're in combat with enemy champions. I mean, that's okay because Katarina technically, you know, you want the increased damage, right? But Double-Edged Sword is like as soon as you enter the fight, you already have 5 additional damage. The only downside to this is you take more damage. So, I mean, I've always done that. I've always went Double-Edged Sword even before the rework, so I'm still gonna go Double-Edged Sword. Keep in mind, the Mastery icons are actually bugged, so this is not Oppressor, like, it's not Oppressor, and this is Fresh Blood. It's supposed to be like a punch, fist type of thing, but whatever. Next up is Wanderer. I go for movement speed out of combat instead of the last hitting. I think her last hitting is already okay, to be honest, and if you get used to last hitting without savagery, it's fine. Wanderer comes out much more handy, much better, because you're all over the place. You're top, you're bot, you're inside the enemy jungle. You, like, a roaming Katarina is always a fun Katarina. The speed, the ability to chase, to escape, to all of that. Like, Wanderer just makes her more versatile. It makes her more Katarina, right? So I definitely would go for Wanderer, 100%, 110%, definitely. Also, if you get air dragons, this increases. So you're just, if you're lucky enough to get air dragon, you get just insane amount of mobility with Luden, Sork, and Wanderer, 100% amazing. Next up is Assassin. Deal 2% increased damage. You definitely want that because it helps you in the early stage of the game. And since you take on a 1v1 at level 2 or level 3, you go for that early damage on the enemy. You definitely want increased damage. So that works. Top Assassin with Double-Edged Sword, and Fresh Blood. So you get a pretty damn good early game with this. I wouldn't go Cookies and I wouldn't go for this. I don't need the sustain from Cookies, and I just go Dark Seal, 3 health pots early, so I have that sustain early, so it's all good. Here, very self-explanatory, don't need to explain. You deal 5% increased damage to champions that are below 40% HP. It works, it's good, it gets the shit done, it gets you resets. You need that. Here, you just go for Champion Kills and Assists, Restore Health and Mana, Magic Pen and Lethality, and Thunderlord, of course. Thunderlord is still an amazing keystone, and I see no reason why you shouldn't get that. A lot of people are saying now, oh, Deathfire Touch is not too bad. I mean, yeah, it's not too bad, but you're still Katarina, and you still one-shot people. You still have the ability to one-shot people. Also, Thunderlord is very good in laning phase, so if you do aggress basic attack, it actually, like, continuously procs their Thunderlord. Like, go in, Sinister Steel, basic attack, it's just amazing. Also, by the way, if you Q the enemy and then you instantly jump on the E, it does the spin, that will count to a Thunderlord. So it's pretty awesome how Thunderlord works with her new kit. That's that for Runes and Masteries. Now I'm gonna talk about items for the rework. Here I go Dark Seal and Health Pots. Very self-explanatory. Dark Seal gives you increased healing from potions, so it helps you survive the early stages. Dorn Shield is still good. Boots are still good if you want to dodge skill shots. Completely up to you. Cloth Armor Start is still good, but I always buy Dark Seal in any matchup I go in because I really like the early stats it gives. 15 AP early, and it can stack. If you do manage to get an early kill, you get extra AP. It's awesome. More AP equal more love for Kat. I mean, it's just, she loves it. She fucking loves AP, so you just wanna just spread AP all over. Sounded wrong, but let's move on. You get Luden, Rylai, after you finish Dark Seal. You try to go for Luden or Rylai first. I would go Luden first, only because I love the the passive of it, and I love to get that early movement speed. I see a lot of people also going Rylai first item, which completely makes sense because Rylai is just, it works really well with her kit now. You get the full slow because of the single targeting and shit. You get the Q single target, E single target. You get the full 40%, you know, reduction. You would reduce their movement speed by 40% for 1.5 seconds. And then also, since Katarina is also AoE, she will also reduce 40% of their movement speed for 1 second. So yeah, Katarina is both AoE and single target, so you just have an insane amount of slow. So it works for Kat. It's a good item for Katarina in every way. And since the new Katarina is able to, you know, jump on shit, slow, and then you can continuously do that because you pick up the daggers and it's like slow and slow and slow. It's just awesome. So Rylai is a great item to go for in the rework. So I'd go Luden, Rylai, and then I focus Sork Shoes after Luden because I buy Luden first item and then Sork Shoes. Try to get my Rylai ASAP. Now once you finish these 3 items, you look at the enemy items. You see, okay, what do they have? Are they stacking magic resistance? Do they have like a Locket, Banshee, Negatron Cloak early? Like, are they stacking MR? If so, get a Void Staff. If not, get a Zhonya. Zhonya is like the key to ass kicking with Katarina. You go in, you pop Zhonya, you get shit done. I love Zhonya. It's always been a good item on Kat, and I see no reason not to get it, really. It works, not even against AD champions, it just works because it's a good item on Kat. You're able to go in, Zhonya, and leaving yourself in these tough situations and then being able to get out of them, right? With the dagger resets, I think Zhonya's Hourglass is still a fantastic item on Katarina. Now Void Staff, obviously you pick it up whenever you can. Just don't delay Void Staff too much. Like if you go Luden, Rylai, Zhonya, instantly get a Void Staff. Don't think Rabadon, get that Void Staff. They're gonna start building MR, or you can still penetrate their base MR. You can still penetrate their MR from runes, masteries, whatever they got MR from. Like if you're against, you know, high base MR champions who aren't building MR, you still need Void Staff. And finally, I would just go GA, because GA is a fantastic item. It kicks ass and it gets shit done. That's the reason why. And late game, it's so important on Kat because you have more of a chance dying late game. And Katarina still struggles late game. I still find her like tough to play in the late game. Like, she's always been like that. So I still think GA is good. It gives you the chance to get more resets after dying. Also, just the threat of GA, like when they see your champion and they see that glowing thing around your character, it's, you know, it's threatening. It's feel like, oh shit, we have to kill her twice. Oh my god, she's already so fucking annoying. We have to kill her twice. You know, you give them that sense of, oh my god, she's fucking annoying. That type of thing. So I really love GA. Here are item choices that are, you know, situational, except for Rabadon. You can maybe get it if you're snowballing early. So Rabadon, guys, okay, this is interesting because I never actually go Rabadon nowadays on Kat because I always get Rylai and I have no room for Rab. However, Rabadon is still good. It still gives you a lot of damage and still gives you a lot of burst. Just overall increases your AP. And by the way, when it says increase AP by 35%, that goes for all the items. So Luden is like 100 AP, it's gonna be increased. Rylai, 100 AP, it's gonna be increased by 35%. All of them. So, you know, just clarifying, because maybe not many people get it, or maybe new people who are new to Katarina or new to mid lane don't really understand the passive very well. I'm just explaining it anyway, okay? So even Void Staff, 80 AP, it is increased by 35%. So it's just a huge buff, right? Rabadon gives you a shit ton of AP. However, all these items are so important on Kat that you actually have no room for Rabadon. But you can swap out Zhonya and put Rabadon if you feel like you don't need Zhonya and you're snowballing the game like crazy. Swap Zhonya for Rab. You just deal a shit ton of damage. If you don't want GA, you can also put in Rabadon in there. I never build Abyssal anymore. I just don't find the room for Abyssal. I would just like to play aggressive early. Like your Katarina, I always play like full AP damage. Just get shit done. Go in, deal damage. I like that. I like that style. So I feel like going Abyssal Scepter kind of diminishes that by quite a bit if you rush it early game, because you don't deal enough damage early game if you buy Abyssal. However, if you go Luden, man, do you deal a shit ton fuck damage. I'm telling you, like, Luden is just amazing. I love Luden. It's still good on Kat, still fantastic item. Abyssal's okay, like you still have that 10% more magic damage, and that really shows up in the late game. if you like in the mid game and late game, that 10% more damage does help. So New Abyssal is still good. If you feel like you need it early, just grab it. Just buy the Negatron cloak part of it. If you feel like you need the MR, but don't finish it, you could just buy the Negatron and then finish Luden or finish Rylai. It's up to you. But yeah, I don't prioritize this item. Because I like these items more. Rylai is a good defensive item, and the Zonya is a good active defensive item. So I just have really good defense, and I feel like getting that Abyssal, it's okay, but I don't prioritize it in how I play Cat. So you can if you want, I just don't play that way. Leandri's Torment, you would only buy this item if they're stacking HP. If they have like a Mondo going like Spirit Visage, Deadman Plate, HP stacking, Warmogs, bullshit like that on like everyone, and you can't burst anyone. Leandri's actually really good there. However, it's not really prioritized. Again, this is a situational item. Haunting Guides is really good early game, so you could grab that for the extra 15 magic penetration if you want, but don't finish it to Leandri. If you ever get Haunting Guides early, don't finish it to Leandri early, because Leandri early is just shit. Katarina is not a tank killer, and getting Leandri early just does not allow you to do what Luden can do, what Rylai can do, what all these awesome items that you should get first. They can do so much more than Leandri early, so do not get Leandri in the early stage of the game. Lichbane is interesting in the late game. You can sell your boots and buy Lichbane, and you're actually able to take down the enemy Nexus if it's open. Just, you know, press W, basic attack. You can try to shuffle on an enemy minion to reset your basic attack, because now you basic attack, E, basic attack. If you do that in a quick succession, it can get your sheen up. So basic attack, E on the minion, basic attack, it also resets your attack timer, so it's like quick damage. So Lichbane's interesting, and it's situational, only situational, not prioritized, definitely not. Last up, just health pots, elixir, you know, that's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure you always get pink wards, of course. Control ward. Oh, I got still call pink wards. I can't find myself calling this control ward. It's a pink ward, for God's sake. Okay, you put it, it reveals shit. It's a pink ward. Okay, so again, totems you can't ward jump anymore. So you make sure you ward. You make sure you ward those lane bushes. Make sure when you ward in the lane bush, you put it all the way towards your side of the map, not in the middle of the bush, not to the left of the bush, all the way to your side of the map if you ward in lane bushes. And you can also ward the Wraith camps and shuffle on the Wraith if you want to escape enemies like that, because you can't ward hop over. And you can also WE. If you W right next to a wall, throw the W, E over the wall. You can jump off over walls like that. However, not thick walls, just thin or not as thick type of walls. So keep that in mind. Try to experiment with that. See what's best for you. See where you can go and not go. So anyway, guys, that is about it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this guide helped you out, and yeah, hope you all enjoy Katarina. I'm still learning her. I'm still improving with her. Like, it's only been a few days that I've played Katarina. There's still a lot more for me to go, and there's a whole bunch of shit. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out.